first road trip in the EQUINOX EV and the first road trip since the Tesla Supercharger network opened up to GM on Wednesday. We are going from Barrie, Ontario to Coldwater, Michigan, about 600 or 700 kilometers. I had to manually put in Tesla Supercharger into the GPS as it's not finding them yet. We left home with 100% state of charge. We are now at 56, and estimated arrival in London at the Supercharger is 37%. It's gone up about 3% since we left home, and we've been clicking along at 120, 125 the whole way. So guessometer is conservative. So we'll check in when we get to the Supercharger, see what kind of speed we get there, probably around 100 kilowatts. And then there's just going to be one more stop in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and that'll be it.
Turn left, then your destination will be on the left.
So we might have to use the IV charger until we can get a spot here.
Your destination is on the left.
Oh, this guy's leaving. Or no. Yeah, he's leaving. Okay, we're gonna go block a spot. So it's gonna be 3A. Find a charger. London. What did I say? 3. Oh, charge here. Okay. 3A. Start charging. Okay, follow me in. Adapter first. Tesla second. It's a little tight. See it. Ready, charging. 53 kilowatts. That's awesome. So we're all plugged in and charging. Started right away, and we're at 152 kilowatts. Damn! 40% state of charge we arrived with, and 153 kilowatts. That's awesome. I didn't think we would get that much at this state of charge, but I started the preconditioning about 40 minutes before we got here. I almost forgot about it because it didn't do it automatically for Tesla yet. But unfortunately we had to block a spot because the spot at the end was taken. So we are blocking a spot, but it is what it is. 150 kilowatts, good stuff. So unfortunately the way this Supercharger is set up, even taking the last stall wouldn't have helped us because it's a sideways stall on this end. It's usually a sideways stall on the other end. So we had to block a spot to charge here, but there's a few empty spots for the Teslas. So after hitting the McDonald's, doing our business, getting some coffee and stuff, we've been here for 15 minutes. We are at almost 70%, still doing 92 kilowatts, not bad. We still have to pick up another 5 or 10% to make our next charger in Michigan. Doing good. Lots of curious Tesla owners have been coming by and asking questions. So we're back on the road heading to Ypsilanti, Michigan. Total charge time in London was 20 minutes right on the dot. Cost was 22 bucks Canadian. So we'll have to see what the difference is in pricing down in the US. I'll put the screenshot up of the charging session, and yeah, it wasn't too long by the time we went into McDonald's and did our thing, got back out to the car, talked to a couple curious Tesla owners wondering what the beep we're doing there, and we're good to go.
Or you say beep or what?
Well, you can't say the F word on YouTube. Or else they... I'll have to beep that out. Freaky?
Fudge.
No, you can't say the F word on YouTube.
What the fudge?
Anyway, Super Cruise is doing all the driving. Pretty relaxed. We're supposed to arrive in Ypsilanti. When I left, the Supercharger said 5%. It's already up to 6, and we're doing 120, so all good. So it's been about an hour since we were at the charger. When we left the charger, it said we were going to get to our next charger with 5 or 6%. And we've been driving 130 kilometers an hour the whole time. And we've gone up to arrival at 8%. So you can hammer on this thing pretty hard and it's not going to chug a bunch of electricity. It's actually gained 2 or 3% estimate on arrival. So you don't have to drive at the speed limit or just above to get the range. You can hammer on it pretty good. So we made it to Ypsilanti, Michigan, and just a word of caution for GM owners: when you travel to the US, your data doesn't work in the car. So it always worked in the Tesla. I figured it would work in GM as well. But anyway, so we're at a station that has the Magic docks, so we didn't need our adapter, but 140 kilowatt, pretty good. We have to pick up 30% before we head off. And that's it. So a pretty successful day charging on the Tesla network. Better than my test that I did a month or so ago when I only got like 90 something kilowatt. Not sure what was up that day, but all good today. So here in Ypsilanti, we've only been here for 10 minutes and we already have enough to continue our trip to get to our destination, which is almost 2 hours away. So pretty impressed with the charging this time. It's almost as fast as what my Tesla was on these 250s. It doesn't get 250, but the Tesla got 250 right off the bat, but it would drop off pretty quick, where this is holding, let's see where we're at. So we're still at 110 kilowatts at 36%. So maybe this hangs on to the charging curve longer, and then, yeah. So not disappointed at all this trip. I know if you watched my test video that I did, I went to a Tesla Supercharger, I went to a Petro Canada, and I went to an Electrify Canada, and for some reason never got over like 95 kilowatts, 95 to 100 max. So this time we got the full 150, sometimes more, 152, 154. And so from Barrie, Ontario to Coldwater, 20-minute stop in London, and we're at about, we'll probably only do 15 here. We're ready to go. So all good. Don't worry about buying an Equinox and having trouble charging on the Tesla network, because it's super fast. It'll be good enough. It is damn near as good as my Tesla was, so not disappointed at all. Gonna disconnect and hit the road.